Let's look into the details of the pull system production style. This style is based on the orders received. It assembles products only for the amount of order received. Then, it processes the quantity used for assembly, and likewise procure materials for the volume that has been processed. This manufacturing concept, which produces the right material at the right time at the right place and in the exact amount, is called the just-in-time. In the pull system production, a tool called Kanban is used to control the production. The Kanban representing the product that has been shipped or parts used is handed from the post-process. The Kanban carries all the necessary information for production and logistics such as the part number, pickup cycle, and capacity. The Kanban provides instruction for production. The production line will process parts by using materials to fulfill the instructions indicated on the Kanban. Once the parts have been processed, the Kanban will be attached and handed over to the post-process. Now, the Kanban of the materials used for processing will be passed on to the previous process to place in order. In this manner, a pull system production using the Kanban is called the Kanban production. Now, let's find out the flow of the Kanban production. Products are shipped based on the orders that have been received. The Kanban of products that have been shipped are handed down to the previous process in the welding assembly line. Based on the information on the Kanban, parts required for assembly are picked up from the previous process and assembly is carried out. In the previous processing line, the Kanban of the parts which has just been picked up now becomes an instruction order for processing. In the processing line, materials required for processing are picked up from the storage and then processing is carried out. The Kanban which was attached to the materials will be removed. Based on the information indicated on this Kanban removed, orders will be placed to supply materials. Products that have been welded and assembled are transferred to the shipping area. Materials that have been ordered will be delivered to the factory with the Kanban being attached. In this way, the Kanban is issued from the post-process to the previous process in order to pick up the parts required. Instruction for production is provided moving backwards of the processes. When products are shipped following the orders, the Kanban is issued to manufacture products. This means that if no products are shipped, no production instructions will be given. The Kanban enables to achieve the production concept of the right material at the right time at the right place and in the exact amount. In this way, the production speed can follow the sales speed. The main target of production control is to keep the inventory at its minimum by controlling the sales speed and production speed, and not to cause any stockouts. The sales speed depends on customers and competitors, therefore cannot be controlled by ourselves. This is why we have to change the production speed to control the inventory and stockout. However, the sales speed widely fluctuates compared to the production speed, which may create some moments in which the sales speed exceeds the production speed. So, we will have to accumulate the inventory when the sales speed drops. When the sales speed increases and the production speed cannot catch up, we will use the accumulated inventory. Having stock allows you to respond to the fluctuation of the sales speed. In a production schedule, we set the production amount to make sure that the volume of inventory and stockout is equal. The maximum difference of the production speed and sales speed becomes the safety stock. In production control, we consider the safety stock as the standard stock and control the production so that the standard stock is always maintained. A general production style is based on the demand forecast and production schedule. It maintains a certain amount of inventory and products are shipped from the stock every time an order is received. In this style, the key factor to minimize the inventory while making sure that there will be no stockout will be the demand forecast. Demand forecast is made by analyzing the demand trend based on the past trends, seasonal factors that repeatedly vary depending on the season, and contingency that affects sudden fluctuations. Based on the demand forecast, the production amount will be planned to make sure that more than a certain amount of stock will be maintained even after receiving the expected number of orders. Based on the production schedule, the most efficient style of material procurement, processing, and assembly will be instructed to manufacture products. Completed products will be placed and stocked in the shipping area. Products will be shipped from the stock once an order has been received. This production style is called the push system production. Now, let's look into the details of the push system production. This is an example of a production line where parts are processed and welded. The production schedule is planned out based on the demand forecast and internal information from customers. Then, plans will be made for the materials, outsourced production, facilities, personnel, production steps, manpower, and schedule. Based on the production schedule, the materials will be procured. Materials are ordered in a large lot in order to keep the purchasing price low. Then, parts are processed using the delivered materials and following the production schedule. Processing lot is kept at a large size so that the frequency of setups will be kept at minimum to achieve an efficient production. Processed parts are then carried to the assembly area. Parts are welded and assembled in accordance with the production schedule, and are stocked in the shipping area. The standard stock is maintained to prevent any stock out. Just like the processing line, the main target is to achieve an efficient production by minimizing the assembly and setup frequency. Products are shipped from the stock following the orders received. Now, let's sort out the logic of the push system production, which will later be compared with the Kanban production. The push system production is a production style that focuses on the logic of the manufacturer side. The first point is the logic of procuring materials. Materials and parts are ordered at a massive lot volume in order to minimize the purchasing price. The monthly schedule is taken into account so that all the parts needed for the month can be ordered at once. This makes the lot size bigger and gives advantage for the buyer to negotiate the price. The second point is the logic of production. By making the production lot big, the frequency of setups can be reduced, leading to an efficient line operation rate. The facilities and line systems also focus on a big lot size so that maximum efficiency will be realized. The third point is the logic of inventory. The basic idea is to have a large amount of stock to feel secure that there will be no stock out produced. This is an absolute logic which is even called the myth of safety stock. Two factors push manufacturers to keep on increasing their stock. The idea that the stock will definitely be sold one day so there will be no loss in having stock. The other concept is that stock out should never happen because it will directly cause problems to the customers. The Kanban production has a completely opposite idea to this inventory logic. The biggest difference in the two production styles exists here, which makes it hard to understand the Kanban production. The push system production is extremely effective in markets and industries with less fluctuation in which it is easy to predict the demand. Especially in markets and industries with less demand variation, this production system allows higher productivity expectation compared with that of the Kanban production. Now, let's think about the problems of the push system production. The production schedule is usually planned out by balancing the stock amount and the stock out volume, based on the demand forecast. However, if the actual demand results higher than the production schedule, the stock out volume will exceed that of the stock and cause frequent stock outs. On the other hand, if the actual demand is lower than the production schedule, it will increase the inventory as more stock will be created than stock outs. The weak points of the push system production exist in the accuracy and fluctuation of the demand forecast. Because of these weak points, the push system production may cause increased amount of stock or stock outs. To cope with the weak points of the push system production and to eliminate excess stock and stock outs, a company must not simply rely on the demand forecast but also implement a style that is flexible to fluctuations. To achieve this style, the manufacturing speed must follow the sales speed, which reflects the actual demand trend. It is a method in which the production amount is changed according to the demand change. By adjusting the manufacturing speed to the sales speed, the difference in the two types of speed becomes smaller while it also minimizes the required safety stock.